Welcome back to Clarity Convos for Wedding Pros podcast. I'm your host, Aislinn, and we have a really juicy episode for you today, and I'm so excited to get into it. But before we do, I want to celebrate some of my really incredible clients. I have so many women who come into my world and do such big things with their business during our time together, and it's such a joy and honor for me to be able to support them and co-create with them. And I just love getting to celebrate them through all of the things that they are celebrating. So right now we have some pretty big financial wins within Success Accelerator program, which is my signature group program. And I wanted to share some of them with you. So one of my clients had a $12K month in the month of June. And then one of my clients had a $20K month in the month of July, which is just absolutely mind blowing. And I think the coolest part about it is that they are making money in ways that they have never made money before in their businesses. And that is so freaking cool because it means that they are building new skill sets. They are building scalable offer suites. They are working on their mindset stuff to clear all of the different blocks that are keeping them from really expanding their business and expanding what's possible for them. And I'm just so excited to celebrate them doing that. And it's really cool because yes, we have financial wins that are happening right now in my world, but we also have some really cool mindset things that are happening too. So some of my clients right now are celebrating the fact that they're making the decision to move. And I know that sounds like kind of a funny thing to be celebrating, but truly to be able to make the decision that you want to move from where you are, where you're comfortable, where you've lived for a long period of time, that's a really big deal. And so many people will sit on that decision for years and years and years. And I'm so proud of my clients who are making the choices for themselves that make sense for their future selves. And I just get so excited when we have the financial wins, but I get even more excited when we have these mindset wins that are truly life-changing. So today's episode, I am so excited because I made a podcast episode a couple of months ago and it was called How to Create Your First Course. And it was wildly popular. You guys loved that episode. I got DMs about it. It's one of our most downloaded episodes. You guys absolutely loved that one. And I really talked about how to create your first course as a wedding professional because to be honest, in the wedding industry, there's not a ton of education around how to actually add revenue streams. They'll tell you like, oh, here's the things that you could do, but it's not like the step-by-step. So in the How to Create Your First Course podcast episode, I really was breaking down some of the very first steps you need to take in order to create your very first course. So if you haven't listened to it, it's a great episode. I don't know how far back it is, but you guys could look it up and go listen to it. I definitely want you to take a peek at that one and listen to it if it interests you. Today, I want to show you what it could look like if you took that one step further. If you took it one step further besides just creating your first course. So let's go through a scenario. I want to walk you through what it could look like. So let's say you're a wedding photographer and you're a wedding photographer who's charging somewhere between $6,000 and $8,000 for weddings. You're at this point where you have like a really solid referral base, and you might even be able to raise your minimum to 8K pretty soon. Like you're kind of like starting to think about like, oh yeah, I would really like to be making 8K every single wedding. Like I don't really want to play in 6K anymore. And you're starting to realize that maybe you don't want to have every single weekend booked with weddings. Maybe you're realizing like, hey, I kind of think I need some more space. So you take the initiative, maybe you even join SAP, my signature program, and you create an evergreen course. Then you learn how to launch and sell that course, and it starts bringing in extra money every single month. Let's just say it brings in an extra $2,000 every single month. So you raise your prices to a minimum of 8K. Because you have all this extra space, you have extra revenue, you feel safe that if you raise your prices to 8K and you have to wait for bookings to come, that you're going to be okay. And what's so cool is that the visibility you get from selling your course allows you to network more easily with other luxury wedding vendors. Okay, so now you've raised your prices. You're taking on less work, but you're getting paid more. But you're thinking, well, maybe I could raise my prices even more, just a little bit more. Maybe like I go up to like a 10K minimum and I'm only taking on like 5 to 7 weddings every single year that are absolutely incredible, super dreamy clients. I love working them so much. I get to work with my friends. It's incredible. And because I'm only taking on 5 to 7 incredible weddings every single year, I think I want to focus my attention on this more scalable revenue stream of coaching and course creation. So now you start expanding your product suite for your educational branch of your business. You decide to add on something like a low ticket but low proximity offer. So that means that you can have a lot of people in it, but you're not having to spend one-on-one time with these people. And you start to expand your signature course, your evergreen course that you created, and you raise the price of it. And then you start adding on things like a mastermind. You take on one-on-one coaching clients, and you start to realize like, oh, hey, it's actually really easy for me to make $15,000 to $30,000 months, because not only do I just have these 5 weddings that I'm taking on that are absolutely incredible, and I get to work with all these amazing people, and my minimum is now $10K for these weddings, but I also have a product suite of educational offers that are scalable, and I get to start to decide where I want to spend my time, because it's more of a like desire standpoint rather than a desperation standpoint of I have to book that next wedding. So suddenly 30K months are super easy to reach. Like you're starting to recognize like, oh, hey, like I wouldn't need that many more people in order to hit 30K months. So you start to decide to refine your offer suite for your educational branch even more so. You maybe raise your prices on some things. You expand your low ticket offers so that more people can get in. And then you start hitting 50K months and you're like, oh my God, I can do this. This is crazy. I never imagined this was possible for me. And then you decide, you know what? I think I'm only going to take on 2 incredible weddings every single year and focus most of my attention on the things that are really lighting me up and the things that are scalable, but don't take all of my energy and all of my one-on-one time. Maybe you hire some team members at that point. Maybe you hire some, workflow automation people. That right there is scaling your business. That is not the only way that you can scale your wedding business, but that is an incredible way to scale your wedding business. You don't have to take on more one-on-one high proximity offers in order to make more money. And what I mean by that is you don't have to take on more weddings in order to make more money, because you have a product suite that is so full of scalable offers that you get to start to decide how you want to spend your one-on-one time. That's scaling your business. That is scaling your income. That is scaling your impact. But the very, very first step in this is recognizing that there is more available to you than you are currently experiencing. And you're going to need to be in rooms that are showing you that on a daily basis. And sometimes stepping into those rooms can feel super, super scary. And to be honest, those rooms might not even exist in your current circle. Your friends might not even know about those rooms, and that's okay. But I promise you, those rooms are where the conversations are happening that are going to expand what you believe is possible for you. Most of my clients who come into my signature program, Success Accelerator program, don't have a course and they don't have a scalable offer suite. So if they're photographers, they're probably charging anywhere between 5K and 8K range, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit higher, doesn't really matter. But they are starting to be like, okay, I think I'm ready to raise my prices, and maybe possibly adding on my first course or my first coaching offer or something to add in extra revenue so that I am not so desperate for the next wedding to book me that I actually get to pick and choose who I work with. Because I know I have money coming in from other places. I know I can create more money today. That's where those clients are who are joining Success Accelerator program. They're ready to optimize their business. They're ready to take control of their mindset, and they're ready to start to scale their business and start to scale their product suite. And then they have this option after they've gone through Success Accelerator program to join the mastermind. And the mastermind is where we work on those really, really big picture scaling conversations, like refining your offer suite, like deciding how you actually want to spend your high proximity time. And what I mean by that is high proximity is where you have to be in a specific place at a specific time. So if you think about a wedding day, that is a very high proximity. You have to be right there, right? On a specific day, at a specific time, at a specific location. That's high proximity. So how do you want to spend your high proximity time? Do you want to do weddings? Do you want to do one-on-one coaching? Do you want to host workshops and retreats? Like, how do you want to spend that time? Because that's not the only way to scale a business. And that is not the only way to make a lot of money in your business. That is not the only way for you to have the freedom to start to decide what you want to do with your time. That is the most important thing for me as a coach, is showing you that you can have more freedom in your life, and you can have more freedom and choice over what you do with your time and what you do with your life. If you want to go read a book for 3 hours, I'm going to say go do it. If you want to shoot weddings, I'm going to say go do it. But I'm going to remind you and hope that you recognize that there is more available to you than what you've been experiencing in the past. If you're only ever taking what you've experienced in the past and saying, well, this is the template, this is all I can do, you're never going to see past what you've already experienced. So I want to open up your eyes and open up the possibilities for you and expand your mindset around what you could be doing. I am not who I was 3 years ago. I am not who I was 5 years ago. If you told me 5 years ago I'd be doing what I'm doing today, I would have laughed at you. I would have said, no way I would ever charge $15,000, $17,000 for a wedding. No way I would have ever, gone into education and created courses and started a podcast and had all of this incredible experiences of helping women make more money in their business and be able to choose more freedom in their life. So after someone's in the Success Accelerator program, they've really built that foundation of a scalable offer suite. Maybe they only have one offer, and that's okay. Then they have the option to grow into the mastermind, where we start working on those really big picture scaling things. We have those bigger conversations about, okay, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to have a signature program? Do you want to have a mastermind? Do you want to have a low ticket membership? Like, what do you want to do? So no matter where you are, I want you to know right now, there is so much more available to you. And if you think that we are an aligned pair, I'm excited to support you with wherever you are. So if you're desiring right now to raise your prices and optimize your current business, and maybe you're in that 5K range, maybe you're in the 4K range, maybe you're in the 8K range, all of that is perfect. I invite you to apply for my signature program, Success Accelerator program. We are starting a launch here really soon. Over the next few days, you'll start seeing me show up on social media and launching Success Accelerator program again. We start in September. This is the last time I'm going to run this program in 2023. The next time you'll be able to get into the program is going to be next year. So if you know, and you had your eye on this for a while, this is your time to move. This is your time to join Success Accelerator program. And maybe that's not the right fit for you, and that's okay. That's why I have different offers for different places where you are in your journey. If you already have a few revenue streams, maybe you have weddings, maybe you have an evergreen course or a workshop, but you want to sell it more and you want to be hitting those higher cash months, you're probably going to want to join the Q4 mastermind. This is the first time I've ever run a mastermind, and I am so incredibly excited to work with the women who are going to be joining this mastermind. So it's Q4, so it's going to be starting in October and it's going to run through December. SAP, this last round for 2023, is going to run through September through December. So if you are interested in working with me on a higher proximity space, you're going to want to join either SAP or Q4 mastermind. And if you're like, Aislinn, I'm not there yet. Dude, I love you, but I'm not there yet. That is okay. That is okay. If you want to get in my world and you're still building up the foundations of a business that you absolutely love, but you're not ready to scale, you're not ready to start getting more visible, you're not ready to add on additional offers, that is okay. I invite you to join my low ticket membership, Clarity Academy membership. So CAM is an incredible space where every single month you're going to get strategy trainings for your wedding business to help you level up different spaces in your wedding business. So we already have several amazing trainings in there. We have the Instagram stories training. There's 100 content prompts for wedding professionals in case you ever get stuck writing a caption like I did a million years ago. There's 100 content prompts, which is awesome. We also have the money generating activities training, which is probably one of my favorite trainings I've ever created. And we also have the money exercises worksheet. So those are some really incredible ways that you can work with me right now. What I highly recommend is that if you are on the fence, you either get in my DMs and we have a conversation, or you just go apply. Applying does not mean that you are locked into the program. It just means that you are showing interest. So if any of this sounds interesting to you and you're like, hey, I want to do these things, I have space for you. I have space for you. Please pull up a chair to the table. I have space for you. So that's all we have for today's episode. If you loved this episode, I would love to know that you loved the episode. So if you could share and tag Aislinn Eileen Coaching on your Instagram and tell me what you loved about this episode, or if you have any questions for me, you can find me in the DMs on Instagram. And if any of this sounded interesting to you as far as the Clarity Academy membership or SAP or the Q4 Mastermind, those are all going to be in the show notes for you to be able to go apply and take action on anything that felt like it was a good fit for you. I am so proud of you. I am rooting for you. I can't wait to see you in whatever way that I see you. I hope you have an incredible week, and hopefully I will see some of you in the SAP launch. It's going to be really, really fun.